Welcome, guys. Good day, everybody. We are ready again for another podcast of Gamer Points of View with me and Michael, and we're gonna go over the beautiful Cycle Frontier today. So, Michael, how is your day? How are
My
you doing
day
actually?
is my day is going good. I played already 2 hours a cycle today. How is your day going?
On my side, it's Lost Dog. I'm also like I wake up every day and I do my dailies and everything. So yeah, I'm playing a lot of Lost Dog on my side.
I'm not jealous.
So yeah, you literally play every day the cycle. How does it look actually on your side? Do you really like the game? I don't know. I wanted to ask you here, so the people really understand your feeling about the game actually.
I have since the beta launched 190 hours in the game, and
Okay.
I was on vacation for 5 days. So it's a lot of hours. I played so much, and I think this is one of the games I was looking forward to, in the
Okay.
meaning of I have been struggling for a long time to find a game that I would enjoy and grind.
Mhm.
Beginning of every year it's FIFA, and then it was a black hole, and I think this one no filled it for me for the moment. I don't know if I will enjoy it for the next 3 years, or it's just something I will do for the next 5 months or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, we can see it already. If you don't know, guys, Michael already also opened up the YouTube channel with guide videos about the cycle. We're going to go further into the cycle in a bit. Just wanted to let you know, guys, Gamer Points of View is also on YouTube. This podcast will also be there. So please check it out and always hit the follow button.
So yeah, I can show you the
Oh, yeah.
YouTube.
We actually have a screen
Um,
like this now.
yeah, we're working. So for the ones that are just listening, it's just Gamer's Point of View. We have a YouTube channel. We will do some Lost Ark videos there in the future as well. But for
Yes.
now, we just do guides for the cycle. Some of those videos are really popping off. The easier beginner quests, they go 1.4, sometimes even 2K views. So
That's
I
really good.
think it was the right moment to do something like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think right now would be also the good time for people that probably don't know even what is the cycle frontier. So, what exactly is the cycle about, Michael? Like, what kind of game do we talk about here, actually?
The cycle is not really a battle royale, but the closest to it is actually Tarkov. So you go
Okay.
into a server with your own gear. If you die, you lose everything you got into the raid. If you extract, you keep everything you found in that raid. It's a bit like
Hmm.
this, so it's not like one person to survive. You can go out whenever you want. So in that regard, it looks a bit like the Tarkov system. The biggest difference maybe in this one with Tarkov is this server is open for 6 hours and people come in and go out all the time. While in Tarkov, everyone spawns in at the same time as a
Okay.
PMC, and sometimes scuffs come in later, but there's a service 40 minutes, 45, I think, on customs, um, and everyone extracts and the server stops.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not like in the cycle. The cycle, the server is 6 hours.
So the server overall stays up for 6 hours, and then
Yeah.
after that, we're gonna have it literally. Um, how many people? Like you say, it's 6 hours. It is open. We know in Tarkov we have usually around like 10, 12, or let's say 8 to 12 people on a server that is open for like 40, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What about in the cycle? Are there also just 10 people on that server for 6 hours, or is it literally like how many are there actually?
In the cycle on the easy map, it's around 18.
Uh-huh.
So 18 people on the easy one. On the hard map, it's 22. But
Okay.
I'm sure that it fluctuates. After a storm is kind of a reset kind of thing in the map. I think sometimes after a storm it's 4 people, and then a lot of people are spawning in after.
Uh-huh.
So I think it will. You have busy moments on the server, and you will have less busy moments for sure.
Okay. Okay. And you also told us that it goes into the direction of Tarkov. So that means you get your gear together and you literally go raiding and you try to get a loot, and you have to survive to literally also get the loot out of it, as we understand with this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
it's the same like Tarkov. The only difference is scarves are like aliens in this in this game, and
Yeah.
the main thing is
Different
still
universe.
like in Tarkov. You have to do your quests. You need to do your quest for the three factions to progress. In Tarkov, you have to do the same for Jaeger and all that stuff. So in some regards, it's the same as Tarkov. Not completely, but it's a bit. Yeah, it's the easiest way to say it. It's Tarkov in space.
Tarkov in space. Okay. Probably after I also played a bit of the cycle, I would also give the word in it. It's like an easier version of Tarkov in the beginning.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
when you go into the end game level from the game, it's we already talk about something else. So probably what I was listening to a lot of people when I had the conversation about also the cycle, a lot of people always say like, it's too easy. Tarkov is so much more realistic. It makes more fun, and I really have to say that's the point where the people probably already stopped too early, also in that game. Because I also had to say the early game, the mid game is kind of easy. It takes you like by hand and literally explains you everything and how it works. The game. That's something what I really appreciated about the cycle. That's something that we don't have in Tarkov. You have to play 600 hours to literally understand it. But yeah, overall, I think when you hit that part, when you have like a bit more money, you have also hideout in the cycle. Yeah, you have literally
Yep.
like a little room for yourself where you generate more money and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it literally goes in the same direction. But I think also end game wise, where you have like better armor and whatever, the hard map, as Michael already said, there's also a harder map. It hits differently the end game. I would say it like that.
Yeah, it's definitely more like beginner friendly than Tarkov. For instance, you have a map, and it says you where to go. The main thing I think it's the biggest difference is like time to kill someone. In the cycle, it's not really like one tap. In Tarkov, if someone hits you with an M80 through your head, you're dead. In the cycle, it's a little bit more forgiving. So I
Yeah.
think for like people that are starting starting with this game, or like trying to get in this kind of games, I think the cycle is a good like startup.
Hmm.
And Tarkov is maybe it's more realistic. It's maybe a bit more advanced with all the weapon attachments. You have attachments in this game as well, but it's
Yep.
like way simplified. It's just like one attachment for your magazine, and it has some different colors. It depends on how good it is. But in Tarkov, you have like for every gun 700 attachments for example. I think that's a difference as well. It's just like a bit more simplified, but for me it's better than Tarkov.
Okay. Okay. You feel yourself more comfortable with the cycle, as we could like literally put it that way.
Yeah, I have more fun
Yeah.
in the cycle. I think the community is amazing still. Like with VoIP, a lot of people I encounter are friendly. I
Uh-huh.
think
Uh-huh.
in all the time I've been playing, so in the almost 200 hours, like was like one guy that backstabbed me. So he was
Mhm.
friendly. I shot myself and he shot me through my head. Only one guy in all the encounters. I think in Tarkov I had like in one day 17 people betray me,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
example. So community wise, it's still on a good level. Maybe when the game comes out, it changes because people care about loot.
Probably. I think
But
it's gonna hit differently also.
yeah,
You don't think so? I mean,
I,
right now we're in a bit, still in the beta.
yeah, I think a lot of people are maybe just chilling, and it is because it's a beta, and we will lose all the gear in like 6 days from now, or like 9 days from now.
Maybe so,
Um,
yeah.
so I think a lot of people just don't really care about money and guns and loot. So it's maybe why they're like more friendly.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it could change, but I don't think so. Actually, I mean, you also told me how it's already like you also really active in the cycle Discord, as you told
Yep.
me. and you also had there like a lot of good encounters. So I don't think there's like a really bad community behind. So let's see how it's gonna evolve.
I think the community is still doing great. You always have like the few salty guys that can't handle a bug in beta.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
it sucks if you lose some gear because of a bug, but you have to realize it's a beta. They just opened it for like 3 weeks to test all that stuff out.
yep.
So if it's something is wrong, just make a bug report and it can only help the game. But to
Yep.
go into the Discord and scream, yeah, I lost a 10k gun because you have a stupid game, it's not the way to go. But there are not that many people, but you always see something
You
like
still
that
see,
happening.
yeah,
Yeah.
you still see stuff like that. So we have now like a comparison from the cycle and Tarkov.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also ask the question: is the cycle a contender to Tarkov?
I think if they keep improving in on the level they have been, they will be a contender for Tarkov. But we cannot forget, like, Tarkov is already out for like 4 or 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I've been playing it for a long time, and that game is still in beta. The thing what I don't like in Tarkov is they still say they're beta, but they charge you like $100 for the full game, and
Yeah.
then everything that goes wrong, they just blame it on, oh, we're in a beta for like 5 years. While the cycle, this is just the second beta they released, and it was last time it was like 3 weeks. Now it's a month. So
Yeah,
they're not
so
on the same level as Tarkov. Give them 5 years more, it will be a completely different game as well. And this game is free, so let everyone pay 100 euros for this one, and they can be on a better level than Tarkov as well.
yeah,
But you just have to
true.
compare them a bit in what is your, like, how much money do you have, how much players do you have as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, overall, yeah, I don't know how to say that actually. The free part about the game, I think it's something that makes the game also pretty good because I always wished to have like something like different than Tarkov from my side. I mean, I'm a Tarkov veteran. If nobody knows, I kind of played 3,000 hours in the game, and I can't touch it anymore on my side because it's just it feels literally just yeah, it's done on my side. If
Mm-hmm.
they would release the full game with everything together, what they said, okay, I'm coming back to the game, but everything before, no. So for myself, it is a contender. I have the feeling of, hey, now I have finally a casual survive looting shooting game without having always this anxiety feeling that I had kind of in Tarkov. So it makes it much easier. So also my side, I think it's for me it's a big contender for a lot of casual people.
Yeah, definitely for the casuals. I think if you're looking for the hardcore, realistic game, nothing will come close to Tarkov eventually.
Oh.
But you have to see it a bit like an easier and maybe a more like, not cartoonish, but the world is different. It's not really too realistic, with people foaming and flying away, with all that stuff. Um, so in that regard, yeah, I think it can be a contender, but we need to give them a little bit more time to maybe patch this game to like the right level and everything.
Other question. You said the patch is going to close around 6 to 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe it is already the right time? The state of the game. Let's go to the state of the game. Do you believe it is already the right time to say, okay, they could actually after the beta they could actually release the game, or do you think they still need a bit more time to figure out and also maybe develop a bit more into the game?
Oh, that's a difficult one because I read a lot about that they're like, if the beta's going well, they're willing to do like a full release the end of this month. But in my regard, I just think they can use a little bit of like a few weeks to maybe tweak the game till the point they're willing to have the game out. Because real like we're on the 10th, it's still 9 days, so they have like 11 days after that to maybe make a full release. We haven't seen anything from like the really end game. Hey, okay, we have the big guns, you have like the mining drill, all that stuff. But there's a dungeon that's coming as well with the full release. We haven't seen
Yeah.
anything from that.
What
Um,
dungeon? Like dungeon in a loot survival shooting game. Does that mean we go onto the map and we have to have a key for that
yep.
dungeon? You need people, and
So
you
you
go in
need a
it.
key to go in, and in that dungeon you will find some mobs that will drop some loot that's like high level for I think.
Okay.
We haven't seen a lot of that, so we still need to get more info about that as well. But that
Something like
should
this
be
is
in the full
missing
game.
actually. You know,
Mm-hmm.
something like this was missing because when I played the full, like when I played my time, I always had the feeling of, yeah, it's casually like I have this casual feeling of I feel comfortable. I can go in. Like it takes seconds to go in a map. Like literally, I have my gear
Mm-hmm.
ready. I'm in 1 second on the map. You don't have to wait. That's something that is really really nice. Um, but yeah, a dungeon to the end to literally have even more rare loot or legendary could make the game
Mm-hmm.
really good. Actually, like this is something. That's why I would say give them maybe some months, like 1, 2, 3 months, maybe then the game has what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That was my feeling to it.
Yeah, and I think I don't know what's the state of that end game content yet. They haven't tested it. It's not really been live. So they need some time to fix the game right now because
Yes.
there's some bugs and some other problems we'll go into later. But I think they need like, let's say if they close it on the 19th, let's give them like 5 to 6 weeks, release end of May, and I think they will have the game ready. But end of April feels like just too soon, but
It's too
maybe
soon.
they're working very hard at doing a lot of
Yeah,
great updates, so maybe they
true.
are ready, and
True.
I'm wrong.
And if you come to this question, who is actually working for this game? Like who are they? Like the Cycle Frontier, but who is behind this beautiful game?
It's a company called Jaeger. I think they're from Germany.
Okay.
Um, and they made some games in the past. In 2017, they had Dragonaut. It was a space game as well. And they had
Okay.
Spec Ops like around 2012. I think
Okay.
I played that game on my PlayStation 3 back in the day.
I
Um,
remember that name. I
yeah,
literally I can say Dreadnought, no, but Spec Ops, I remember that name.
yeah, Dreadnought I never heard about as well. I looked it up like a week ago. It had some positive reviews on Steam as well,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's nice. But it's just a German company, and it's not like the biggest company, so that's why I feel like they're like more engaged in this game. Like
yeah,
if you see the Discord community, the amazing patches that they already did, you feel that they have like more understanding of what's living in the community and what's going good, what's going wrong. They have like a special partner program for the game as well. That's not too difficult. You can become partner of affiliate. Even if you're an affiliate, they will help you like grow and teach you the things they know. So
okay.
they're really like engaged with the community.
Yeah, it's really good. I can see that too. That's something that I really liked about the game, like since the beginning. Um, so the game is out, like the beta is out for 3 weeks. How many patches did they do already for the game since the beta release?
I think they did know the third, and they already announced there will be a fourth. So
Okay.
let's say the fourth will be like next week, for example, because they don't have too much time to do that one and really test it afterwards. But they already had like 3 patches, so it's like every week they did a big patch. Some were good, some were a little bit bad. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
it's good that they're doing it. Like it allowed them to test the things they really wanted to test.
true. Yeah, totally understandable. Overall, I think we could also go over the patch to literally see what they are adjusting to the game for the people that are also playing right now, and
Yep.
literally also want to know what is happening with the game even more in detail.
I will switch. Voila. So they did the third patch earlier this week, the 6th. I was gone for like the whole week, so I only had tested the patch yesterday. So some of those things are like really nice that were in the patch notes. Some of them I don't really care about. So maybe we can just go over them. Let's read them out as well for like the people who are listening to us in their car or wherever they're listening. Um,
Problem. So I have it also open here. I will go over the first things. We have some adjustments on the increased flashlight brightness and fixed close objects receiving too much light. What does that mean for people that maybe don't know what that means?
I think the problem was that like flashlight was not like bright enough. So even if you shine it, you had like a little bit of bright spot where you can look into the map. I think that was a problem because sometimes I went in a cave and with my flashlight I still couldn't see anything. And some objects just got too much light and they were like too bright to see anything. So it's a good adjustment, but I would love to see more like if your friend is using a flashlight that you get the effect too, and that's missing for the moment. So that could be maybe in a future patch, maybe.
Yep. Flashlight is something important in a game like this, I would say.
Yeah, they have a lot of flashlights on guns as well, so it's it's really an attachment. So we have to, yeah.
So I hope they're gonna fix that because it's still probably not the right way how it should be.
They're going
like
where they have to be,
friends.
but it takes some time. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have emotes don't show other players in third person if they are not visible to the player in first person. You told me that last time that this was a really big thing, and
Yeah.
I was like, how is that a thing in a game? Like, please explain to the people what you could have done with that.
So the emotes is like when you're dancing, or you can plant your flagpole to like show people your banner. But with all that, it comes with an animation, and you can see your character in third person. So everything is first person, but when you're doing the emote, it's third person. And a lot of the sweaty people, including me, we sometimes use it if you're like hiding behind a rock. You go into third person, you look over the rock, and you can see where the other people are. So if they're pushing you, you can see in third person which side they're coming. So it gives you like a little bit of a, not really a cheat, but it's a cheesy way to look, over the area. So this patch actually removed that. So if you cannot see them in first person, you will not see them in third person. So that will just end that way of playing.
That's good. That's a good change.
They had to do it. Like, I think it was one of the most requested features in the game. So yeah, I think it's really good
Shows
that they
again.
did it.
It shows again the listing.
Yep.
With a lot of things. So the ping functionality got removed, and the over there voice line is used as a substitute.
Yeah.
If people don't know, we could have pinged in the game the whole time. So what we did with playing duos, we see someone, we ping. So it makes the game probably easier. What do you think about that?
So there was a long thread about it on the Discord, trying to summarize it as well. But they had a ping functionality like most of the games have, like Fortnite. You can ping over there, so you can just pinpoint where the opponents are. And they see it, like the cycle, Jaeger, they saw that as a bit too big of an advantage for like squads against a solo player. If you can, like with 3 people overview and you can ping all the time, you will know all the time where that one solo guy will be. So the pinging system, they see it as something like a bit too overpowered for squads against duos and solos, and that's why they removed it and made an over there voice line. And the over there voice line is just your person directing to somewhere and just saying, oh, over there. So I don't think that's the way to go, because that's just, something you can laugh with.
Let's see. You have to test it out. I also think the pinging was okay. It was not that crazy because it makes the game is already a bit easier, so casually. So pinging, it's kind of functionality that can actually exist in a game like that. But we have to see. Maybe it's also funny over there, like
Yeah,
walking
but
around and you walk around and you
it's just
hear a
funny.
squad. All three people say the same over there. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I know
but
people up there.
it's funny and it's for the memes, but it's not really for the gameplay. In my opinion, maybe it was overpowered, but you could do a cooldown on it. Like you can ping like every 5 seconds, for example.
That would be good. Yeah.
I think that would be maybe be like the middle ground for it, or maybe just remove the whole ping functionality and get rid of the over there voice line as well, and just say you cannot ping. But if you make it like the more simplified version and you want people to be easier to step in, maybe a ping functionality is just nice. Not always just for people like other players, but sometimes I just want to ping, oh, we go that way, or there's like a mob over there, or a Jeff to my beginner friends. And that's now removed as well. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a good change. It's a good change. It's maybe not a good change. Future will
We have
tell.
to see. I think future will tell on this one. Let's hop to the next one. Reduced range effectiveness of the Gorgon. Gorgon reduced headshot multiplier from 1.7 to 1.3. Damage is now progressively reduced over long distances, down to 70% damage at 50 meters. If people don't know the Gorgon, it's probably a weapon that you get like mid game. It's not kind of an end game weapon.
No, but it's one of the most overpowered games in the game. Guns in the game.
The gun. Okay, so right off the bat, it was one of the best guns. The Gorgon. Okay.
It always been like one of the best, and now it was so buffed that even with purple, like that's one of the best gears you can have.
Yep.
You just get like bursted like that. So it's a burst gun, and the 3 shots that hit you just insta killed you. You had no opportunity to survive.
Wow.
They already nerfed it like last patch, but it was not enough, so they did another nerf. But still, I don't think it's still not enough. But it's hard, like, where to say to balance a gun like the Gorgon, because it's not an early game gun. It's more like mid to late game gun. And it's a gun you can buy, so it's not a gun you have to craft, because those ones are like the really end gear ones. But this is still an expensive gun, so you expect to have like later guns and more expensive guns to be more effective than just your gray shotgun from like beginner level.
I mean, that's what you would hope for, yeah. But still, if you hit 3 shots on a purple dude and he's dying right away, I don't know. Maybe it's too overpowered then.
Yeah, like the Gorgon was overpowered, is still I think maybe a bit overpowered, but they're working on it. I think it's not an easy fix, and they're trying some stuff out. So let's see how that nerf is going to affect how people are going to play it, because a lot of people are getting to the end game, so they're trying Gorgon, but also the other guns, and they're very strong. So I don't think the Gorgon is the biggest problem anymore, because people already evolved to like the better guns than the Gorgon.
I was watching last time and saw like grenade launchers and the laser beam and
and the hammer and stuff like
the
that.
hammer.
So,
yeah. I was like, okay, I don't know about that guns, but it looks actually pretty cool. That's the point, like people probably like that. The most people that I had talks with, they literally just stopped a bit too early, and also my side, but it's understandable. It's a beta. I think the game is gonna get another rush when the game really is gonna release. Then also.
Yeah, I think it as well. Like at this point, it doesn't have like the best viewership on Twitch. It doesn't have like I think the best or like the broadest like player base. I don't think they will get like 100K players at the same time at the moment. But it's just a beta. I think a lot of people are already like a little bit burned from like 2 weeks of playing, and they know they will lose all the progress in like 9 days.
That's the thing.
So to see what's the really state of the game, we will see it when it really fully releases, and how long they can keep people playing. Then I
Yeah.
don't think now is a good like preference point, but in the future, yeah, I think it will go up.
So next point, adjusted the MMR matchmaking rating values of player that squad up to reflect their choice of playing as a squad. The more players, the higher the MMR multiplier. The MMR is based on the median loot of evac with. So that means with what you evacuate,
Yep.
what you get out. Yeah.
Mm.
I think there's not much. Is there much to say about that, or like let me know what you think about
No,
that?
I think it's a good change because if you
It's a good
squad
change.
up,
Okay.
you're stronger, so you can try to face a bit the stronger opponents. But
Oh, yeah, that makes sense actually.
I don't think the MMR is based on if you're strong or not, because it's how much loot you get out with, on average. I do sometimes like 50 knife runs in a row, and like 48 are like zero loot because I die looking for like one item. So my medium will be like 2k. So I'm maybe a bottom level player, and maybe some rats or goblins who are just hoarding every loot and don't fight ever. They get out like 20 raids in a row with like 50k on loot. They will face maybe the god squads because they played that style. So I don't think that's maybe the good way to go. I would love to see it more like based on
Should be,
kills and deaths,
yeah,
stuff like
kills,
that.
deaths, KDA. It should be based on with what you go in and not
Yep.
with what you go out.
So if you go in
Yeah,
full purple, you have a better chance to go into it full purple, because
yeah.
I'm missing that right now, because sometimes I do a full purple run and I get killed by someone with a gray shotgun and gray armor. It's like, damn, that's not worth for me, because even if I kill him, I spend more money on the healing and the ammo that I brought than his gray shotgun and gray helmet.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it would be
That's
more
also
fair, yeah.
Yeah, that's also the thing. What I had, like what I saw when I went in with nothing, and you fight against someone that had purple gear, and I had just the feeling of, yeah, it can happen that you're also in the same rate, but it should be more also based on with what you go in. It should be a bit more matched, but kind of hard to do if I think about with
Mm-hmm.
servers that are open 6 hours and stuff like that. But let's not go further into that.
No.
Let's go for the next question. Next patch that we have here. Reduced crafting requirements for optics and increased crafting requirements for purple and exotic shields. So we come now to that part with the purple shields and the exotic
Mm-hmm.
shields. What I really liked, or what I never did, let's say like that, I never did an optic glass in the cycle. I never crafted it
Mm-hmm.
because, in my opinion, it was just overcost. Like it, I had to farm too much materials to just make a 4-time scope or 6-time scope or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy to see that they are changing or reducing the optic glass cost that we can see right now. For the 4-time optic, it's reduced from 4 to 2 optic glasses. For the 6-time optic, you have it from 5 to 3, and from the 8-time optics, you have it from 5 to 3 again. So makes it easier, and I think having an optic in that game makes the game also more beautiful. You
Mm-hmm.
have different play styles. It evolves a bit more. I don't know. I think it's a good thing.
I think the problem what you're facing in the beginning is you need so much optic glass in the first like 20 missions.
Yeah.
I think in the first 20 missions you need, let me think, it's like 14, 15, even more optic glass. And you only find it like at like labs, for example, in the first map. So you're like trying to hoard them for like your missions. So you're never going to use them for your gears. So you
Yeah, you
played
never
only
craft.
like 20 hours or 30 hours this wipe. So you were in like in the early missions, and you still every mission was like, oh, you need optic glass. So you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to make uh, a 4-time optic because I need that optic glass for my mission.
Automation. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think maybe balancing that one is like, it was good for now, but I'm at this point that in my stash I have like 40 to 50 optic glass just sitting around right now.
Okay.
because I see it so much and I don't need it for any later on missions.
Okay.
And so I think it should be maybe a bit better balance for the beginning of the game, but then yeah,
I
late
mean,
game.
yeah, if you already like explain it that way,
Mhm.
it makes it also a bit easier. Like for me, if I like also start to invest the time in the game, it's gonna be released because I can also see that you're gonna have more in the end because in the beginning you really have to use a
Yep.
lot of optic glass in the quests. It's kind of
Yep.
a bit too much. Could be there also a bit of peak, like that they take a bit of optic glasses in the quests out, because
Yeah,
it's a craft material you
they
need,
did it actually with the last patch. That was one that I really hated. Like they made missions less grindy. So for
Okay.
example, there was one mission. I was stuck on that one for like 5 days. You need to find 7 shard slices, but shard slices are very rare. And you needed to find 7. I've been running jungle runs for 4 days straight to find 3 or 4. And then I found Luki, another good content creator on the cycle. She handed me 2, and I traded with another dude on Discord for the 7th. Just so I was able to progress after 5 days. Day after that, they do an update and a patch, and they say, "Oh, no, you only need 1 for that mission. We're going to make it less grindy." And then, yeah.
One. Oh
So
my
they
god,
changed
lol.
it from like 7 to 1, and I was like,
Okay.
change it from 7 to 3 maybe, and I was okay with it. But now you just wasted 5 days of my life to change it to 1 the day after.
Uh,
Um,
that's that's a change. That's a crazy change from 7 to 1.
I think they just did it so people could progress and see end game quicker in the beta.
Yeah.
I think they did a lot of changes to make things easier so people could progress and they could test as well, like how people would react on end game content, like the Gorgon, some other guns, the mining drill. If you're stuck 5 days on a fucking mission because it's hard, people will or quit or like progress too slowly, and they cannot test their end game. I
Yeah.
think that's why they did it. They also, and that's the next part, is they made purple and exotic shields way easier to craft like last patch before this one, and now everyone was running it. So they got a test of it, but they saw it was too easy to craft it, so they increased it now again.
Yeah. So purple shields and exotic armor is now costing like the costs are increased.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's good.
most of it doubled, and I think it was good because in the beginning it was hard. They changed it; it was too easy, and now they balanced it, in my opinion, way better. So that's a good change, and it shows again that they know what's like a problem sometimes in the game.
Okay. So let's head to the next one. In my opinion, the best change. Reduced weight of healing consumables, shields, and helmets. Why do I say this is the best thing? Because I was running around in the cycle many times having one med pack and probably 5 weak stims. And I was already running around with
I think that's 50 kilograms.
it's 50
Yep.
kilograms. So your backpack was already 1/3 kind of filled
Mm,
with just medicine,
meds.
like with your healing
Mm.
consumables. It kind of doesn't make sense.
And then you have to count
So
all the ammo you took with you, and maybe 1 or
yes,
2 nades. Yeah.
yes, it really doesn't make sense. So let me go through it so the people also hear it. Weak stim, we have it reduced weight from 5 to 3. Strong stim, we have it also from 5 to 3. Combat stim from 4 to 3. Weak medkit from 25 to 20. Strong medkit 20 to 15. Combat medkit 15 to 10. And then we have the shields that are also reduced from. We had different shield actually weights 40 to 70, and now all shields are 40
Mm.
kilograms. Same with the helmets 20 to 35, now all are 20 kilograms. Good changes.
Yeah.
Could even be a bit like weak stims could even be 2 kilogram. Is a
Yeah.
weak stim in real life, can that be 2 kilogram, or 3?
I don't
I
know. I
don't think
never
so.
used it. But I like the changes later on, and maybe they can do it in the Sims as well. Like a weak medkit is 20 kilograms, but a combat one is 10. So the better the medkit, so the faster you can use it, the lower the weight. Maybe
That's
with
perfect.
stims you can do it as well. Maybe a weak stim can be 4 kilograms. What's stupid, but it's the cheapest.
Yeah.
And the combat stims, those are the ones you need to craft. You cannot. I don't think you can buy them. Um, they're like 2 kilograms, for example. So you can take more, but it's more expensive to buy them, or you need to craft them. I
Yeah.
think if you can a little bit make a balance like this, it would be like way more beneficial for me to bring strong stims if
Yes.
the weight is different than a weak stim.
Yeah. If a combat stim and a combat medkit would weigh less than the lower ones, I
Hmm?
mean, that would give the people like the reason to it, to literally, I
Yeah.
have to craft it because that gives me less weight. I
Mhm.
can have more loot because of that. Yeah. Something.
But
Is it just say weak stim, 4 strong stim, 3 combat stim, 2? I mean, that would be
that would be
our
amazing.
dream. Yeah.
But you have to realize as well the point when you're like at a combat stim or a combat medkit,
Yeah.
you can also afford like the larger backpacks that are like 300 kilograms or 350 kilograms. So
Okay. Okay.
I think those things are like more mid to end game. And
Yeah.
at that point, you can also afford like the better backpacks. Um, so it's maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's just a remark.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Uh, Then something again about reduced weight of backpacks. I don't think we have to go too much also into that. It's literally just the
No.
common backpack
Yep.
until to the epic one they changed. I think it's a big change for the epic backpack that we have from 100 kilogram to 50, and
Mm.
also the rare backpack from 80 to 40. I think those are big changes, but the other ones
Yep.
kind of okay. But I think that's also just good.
Yeah.
Good changes.
Perfect. It's the same with the weapons. I don't think we need to go too big over those. But it's just they changed a lot of the gear and weapons and all that stuff to be easier to get it in your backpack. And I
Yes.
think it was because a lot of people complained about, oh, I take one gun, for example, a scrapper, and it's like 50 kilograms, and I cannot take anything else with me. So if you kill three people, you can take one gun in your backpack, and you should be happy. While in Tarkov, you could like puzzle as many guns as you want in your backpack, and then just be slow and run very slowly. I think they changed it because of that reason. So you're like able to get 2, 3 guns out if you played very well.
Okay. Okay.
I
The
think that's the
next
biggest thing. Yeah.
The next thing is good. The reduced creature sight and chase distance. I don't know if anybody knows how the aliens react in the cycle, but I would put it just that way. They were pretty aggressive. What do you think
It-
about?
yeah. How many times I've been fucked by like creatures that like so aggressive, and they always attack you like while you're fighting someone else, and the people shot you for 80, and then a fucking rattler in your back hits you for 20 and you're dead. I have many deaths like that. But they changed, for example, the chase distance, and that's good because sometimes I was just running for my whole stamina bar with my knife, so I can run far. They would still chase me, and I was like 3 places ahead on the map. So I think chase distance is really a good one. It's normal that they chase you for a bit, but they shouldn't be chasing half the map, man.
Okay. And then we have also the reduced peripheral vision when idle for striders and marauders. Vision was also a big problem in my opinion. Like,
They always saw you.
yeah, they always saw you, also when you were crouching or whatever. So I would love if they would fix it even more. Like, I didn't play it with this fix, so I can't
Mm.
say anything for this. But I really had the feeling there they need to make it much, or make it like that you can be stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a game that you can be stealth. You know, like when you have a PvP fight, you can also come from behind or flank from the side and make some different steps, and they don't see you because they don't have like aimbot or something like that. But those aliens were crazy. I tell you, they were like literally aggressive.
But
It's
the
good
whole
change.
aliens are designed for being able to be stealth because they have different states to be in. They're like
Yeah,
aggressive or they can be idle. If they're idle, you can normally crouch next to them and walk away if you don't make too much sound. If they don't directly see you, I think was one of the reasons as well.
yeah.
But yeah, they were just like too aggressive. They saw too much, and I think those three changes, even like the sight distance for them, it's it's a good change.
It's a good change. Yeah, I think so too. The last patch note that we have is remove 3 jobs as they were created for a different tuning.
Tuning.
Tools for the job, ambush, and self-defense. Adjusted the level streaming again, so it should become even smoother. Doesn't tell me that much about it. Maybe you can tell us.
Yeah, I don't quite remember the missions. I think tools for the job, maybe I remember, but I'm not taking the risk. But I think just those missions were like not on the level they wanted to be, or
Okay.
not really be able for them to test things they wanted to test, because there are a lot of jobs actually that are not balanced correctly. For example, and I think it's the tools for the job, you need to stash an equipment piece into East Collection Point in the dead drop, and to buy it, the gun is like 90k, or like the equipment, but
Okay.
you only get 11k back for stashing it and some XP. So it's really
Yeah.
not worth to take that job, because that job will cost you 80k. You can better
Yeah.
accept another job, because
That
it's
makes
not
sense.
quest lined, it's just jobs that are like extra to make some money, but that one costs you 80k. So I think that's
Okay.
a tool for the job mission. So that one, yeah, that was not up to par, and there's some more like that. So I think they're just getting rid of those because they're like not on the level they should be.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a really hard job, I would also really suggest for them to give us a really good reward. Like
True.
sometimes I would also wish you do something really crazy and now you just get those coins and whatever. Maybe sometimes they can also show you a weapon from that store.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, here you get one weapon to try out because now you have like open up that level. I think that should be something also what I was thinking about
Mm-hmm.
that could make, but for the understanding of the guns, it could make it a bit easier because the people can't afford all the guns or like, you know what I mean?
The best
Something
thing
like this.
for the game should be, and a lot of people are asking it because it was in the last cycle, a shooting range like you have in Tarkov.
It needs to have, yeah.
Because a
Yeah.
lot of people, like, they want to buy the new guns. For me, example as well, like yesterday I tried one of the new guns that I unlocked, but I had no idea how it's shooting. So I was shooting in the air in the beginning of a raid to test my gun because I never had any experience with it.
Yeah. And everybody knows that you're there though, then.
Yeah. And I
Have
still,
to test my gun.
even after those 10 bullets, I was still not really knowing how my gun works. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, a shooting range would actually be a really good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. That's actually cool. So we went over all the patch notes. For now, we have only the bug fixes. I will just read it out for the people that don't see it. The bug fixes, info, and known issues. We don't have to go over that. I think. Is this okay, Michael, for you?
Yeah, the only thing I want to say about known issues is it's nice that they communicate about issues they know and they don't say nothing about it.
Yep.
And that's again where you see the love from them to the community. It's like, oh, we know that this thing is a problem and we try to fix it. In the beginning, as well, when the beta released, they had so many problems in the first weekend, but they said immediately, we have the issues, but we're not able to fix them in the next 4 days. In 5 days, we have a patch and they will fix this, and this, but we cannot do it earlier. So that was nice, and
That's really good.
that's good communication. They said the day after release, oh, we know all these issues now, but we cannot fix it in 24 hours.
Yep.
Other games would say, oh, we will fix it in the next day, and then, oh, it's not today, let's maybe tomorrow, and they will keep you like 5 days waiting till it's fixed.
It's a really honest company.
Yeah.
So Jaeger, if you're listening, or Jager, I don't know how to like really pronounce your name. Maybe in the future then. You're doing a really good job, and we are supporting the game, and we're trying the best to literally give it out to the people here.
Bug fixes.
Bug fixes. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So about the bug fixes. Fixed an issue that bullets sometimes got fired registered twice. Fixed an issue with creatures sometimes regenerating health in combat. Fixed an issue where lost items could count towards mission progression in the end of a match screen. Fixed an issue with the bird sometimes not triggering correctly. Fixed an issue with marauders not reacting to being shot. Good changes also there. Not much to say about that.
Some of them I experienced, some of them I didn't. So it's good if they change bug fixes for sure.
Yeah, as you said before, I really enjoy that they are literally listening and doing their best. You know, I can see this game as literally a really big future in front of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think if they keep going like they did right now, it's perfect.
Yeah. And I would say we spoke about everything
I want
about
to
the
do
cycle.
2 things about the game.
Yeah, please.
For the people that want to become partner of the cycle, like me, I'll try hard to get to it, but I'm still too afraid to apply. They really have like the most, how do you say it? Like it's the most realistic kind of, how do you say it? The numbers you need to get are realistic. It's not like, oh, you need 700 viewers and $10,000 watch time to be a partner. So for the ones that are interested, you need on Twitch, you need 45 viewers on average, and just stream a lot of the cycle. I think 45 to be a partner is nice. If you want to be affiliate, where they still help you, you only need 3 people. That's realistic. I can apply for that one right now. I think Nico can as well. I think 70% of Twitch should be able to get affiliate. The same for YouTube. I'm trying to go for YouTube partner, so I still need a lot of subs. So everyone sub. No, it's only 600 subscribers and a lot of hours watched, but you will get there eventually on those hours. And 600 subscribers for being a partner is realistic. It's not, oh, you need like 250k subscribers and have like an average of 20,000 views every video. And I think that's just a nice way for them like to make this like possible. I'm not there yet, but I have the feeling like, oh, I can get that if I just make the effort and just wait maybe 1 more month to apply. But I think I can get this one. Maybe the partner like on Twitch is harder, but
let's say it also like that, Michael. They will see like if you show them already your guides and everything, that's already a lot of work, and they will also see we're gonna work on those patch notes so that you guys will always have the newest things about the cycle. You will always hear our opinions. Michael will be mainly focused on the game also. So if you have any questions or whatever, the YouTube channel is open. Gamer Points of View. Just click on the subscribe button.
Discord is always there as well.
Discord, yes. Any questions also about Discord? Actually, that's something we should also probably put onto the YouTube then, so people could join over there.
Yes, we always have a link in the description for the for the Discord, so everyone can join and ask them questions. So I think this is just another way to show them that like they're doing very well at the point. The only thing that's a problem right now, and that's the last thing I want to get into, are the cheaters for the moment. It's like Tarkov. When you have a game like this where loot is important, cheaters always come up.
It's just about shooter games. I mean, I'm not playing that much shooter games from my side right now, and I feel so much more comfortable. You know.
I
it's
get
actually
you. Like,
not fun.
For me, in this game, you have two maps, the easy and the hard one. On the easy map, I don't think I have encountered like a lot of cheaters. You always have guys that can really mask it very well and hide it, but
Um,
blatant cheaters I don't really see on the easy map. But on the hard map, it's every 3 raids maybe I see one that's shooting me from like 700 meters and hitting me. Oh, I killed one cheater on the easy map actually. He was
okay.
shooting silenced bullets at my friends. They both died, and he pushed me because yeah he was cheating, and I just had an angle on his head and I killed him. And he had no silencer on his gun, so he had silenced bullets but no silencer. So
And no silence on it.
yeah, that just shows that he was cheating. But there are a lot of reports for it. But on the hard map, you just have people that are flying around, knifing you in the back the moment you drop. So I had like 3 raids in a row with good gear in 3 minutes, I think. And every time I spawned in the same map, and the same guy knifed me when I got to the floor. So I lost 3 good sets to that.
Oh,
Um, so those are still problems. Like I read somewhere on the Discord that like they were selling like 950 keys for cheats every day, and you
yeah.
only have to think like they don't have over 10k players at the moment. Um, so I think cheating is still a problem. Um, yeah, it just takes a lot of fun for like a lot of people because you have to be on the hard map for your missions.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could
there's
stay
no
on
way
the
around.
easy one, easy map as long as you want, but
Yeah,
you need to get there eventually to do some missions, and it's just frustrating if every time you go into anything better than blue, they will just come and cheat on you.
yeah,
Um, and I think that's a little bit, yeah, demoralizing for a lot of people. And I think it comes back to a discussion we had a few weeks ago. Cheaters are becoming a bigger problem. But I just don't think. I think they're working with BattleEye. I think BattleEye is one of the worst anti-cheat systems there is. Um, and I don't get why people cannot be like League of Legends or Valorant, because those anti-cheats work like 10 times better. Um,
yeah. I mean, it's different software that works behind.
yeah, true.
So every game should have something like this, if you think so, and every game should have their own anti-cheat something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the shooter games. It's just a bit too much, and I think what we can say here is literally just don't cheat. Don't use cheats. It doesn't. It's worth it. It literally destroys maybe not your gameplay that much, but maybe a bit later because it gets boring. But you
Mm-hmm.
literally destroy others' experiences in the game. So please don't cheat. It doesn't. It's just not fun. You can also have fun with just playing the game and having like shooting each other without any aim or whatever. It's
Yeah,
just harder than and challenging. But that's how a game should be. So we can just tell our community to not cheat. That's the only thing we can do here.
well, never cheat in the cycle.
No. Oh, I'm coming to your house, you know?
And you don't want Nico because he stays forever. He's going to live on your budget.
Easy. No, no. Oh, but
No.
it's an important thing to share and also talk about. So
Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
people should know that's still a bit of a problem. Like, this game is not cheater free.
No, no, it's not.
I think they're working hard on it, but like every game, they still have the struggles with it as well. So
True.
it happens.
All right.
Well, I think it's a good and long episode about the cycle.
Absolutely. It felt good, comfortable. I hope for you guys
Nice.
too. It's gonna be the first time on YouTube. Be ready also when you see it. Click on the subscribe button. It would be really lovely. It would be helping the channel. And be ready also. There's more The Cycle coming with Michael together. And on my side, you will also see a lot of Lost Ark coming, probably guides and whatever. And we will also talk about the future of Lost Ark in the next podcast. Then.
And there will be a lot more podcasts because I think last time was 27th February. So we have been not uploading for like 6 to 7 weeks, or trying
Yes.
to get like more episodes out in the future as well. So
Will be happening.
tuned.
Also, with now with the cams, so you guys can see
Yes.
us. I think it makes it also much more. How do we say that?
Enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
But I think also it's important that we still keep doing it on Spotify and
Absolutely.
all the other podcast platforms, because we had some good listenership, or how
Yeah.
do you say it, on Spotify. I think we had some very nice numbers.
Yeah, don't
So-
worry for all the people that are just listening. Don't worry for that. It will be also released on all the platforms where you just can listen.
So
No
thanks to
problem.
everyone who was already listening. Thanks to everyone who's new. We're like the
Thank you, buddy.
gamer's point of view. Follow us on YouTube or join the Discord to keep updated on all the latest news. And see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. With further ado, I wish you a good day.